Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fluent English Daily. In today's lesson, we are going to learn how to correct yourself naturally during the IELTS speaking test. Many candidates believe that they must speak perfectly from beginning to end. However, even fluent speakers sometimes make small mistakes, choose the wrong word, or change their ideas while speaking. The important skill is not avoiding every mistake. It is knowing how to recover calmly and continue your answer without losing fluency. In this lesson, you will learn useful self-correction phrases, common mistakes to avoid, and a simple repair strategy for band 7 and above. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to correct grammar, vocabulary, and ideas more naturally. Let's begin. Self-correction can be a positive speaking skill when it is used naturally. First, it shows that you are aware of your grammar and vocabulary. For example, if you say, "Many people is interested," and then quickly correct it to, "Many people are interested," you show that you recognize the correct form. Self-correction also helps keep your meaning clear and accurate. Sometimes one wrong tense or word can completely change what you were trying to say. A short correction can prevent confusion. It can also make you sound more natural and communicative. Native and fluent speakers often adjust their sentences while talking. However, the correction should be brief. Do not stop for a long time or panic after making one error. At band 7 and above, the goal is not perfect speech. The goal is to handle mistakes calmly, repair them quickly, and continue developing your answer. You do not need to correct every small mistake. Correct yourself when the mistake makes your meaning unclear or incorrect. For example, if you use the wrong tense and change the time of an event, it is useful to repair it. You should also correct an incorrect number, an important word, or a grammar error that affects the main idea. Correct yourself when the repair is simple and can be completed in one short phrase. However, do not overcorrect. If the mistake is very small and the examiner can still understand your meaning, it may be better to continue speaking. Do not restart your entire answer because of one minor error. Repeatedly stopping and rebuilding sentences can damage your fluency more than the original mistake. Also, avoid correcting yourself so frequently that you begin to sound nervous or robotic. A useful rule is correct important mistakes, ignore tiny slips, and protect your fluency. Let's look at some natural phrases for correcting yourself. For a quick repair, you can say, what I mean is, or, sorry, let me rephrase that. For a more precise correction, use, or rather, actually, I should say, or more specifically. When you want to reformulate an entire idea, you can say, to put it another way. Well, not exactly. Or let me put that differently. Here is an example. I usually study at night. Actually, I should say in the evening, because I normally start around 7 p.m. Notice that the speaker does not stop completely. The correction is short, and the answer continues smoothly. This sounds much more natural than repeatedly apologizing or restarting the entire sentence. Choose 2 or 3 phrases that feel comfortable and practice using them naturally. Now let's practice correcting common grammar mistakes. The first example is, many people is interested. The corrected version is, many people are interested. This is a subject-verb agreement correction. The next example is, yesterday I go to the library. Because the action happened yesterday, we need the past simple. Yesterday I went to the library. Now consider this sentence. It is very convenient. Here we need an adjective, not a noun. The correct sentence is, it is very convenient. Finally, she have a lot of free time. The subject is she, so the correct form is she has a lot of free time. During the IELTS speaking test, you do not need to explain the grammar rule. Simply make the correction and continue. For example, she has a lot of free time, so she often goes traveling. The correction should be quick and connected to the rest of your answer. Let's compare a weak response with a more natural Band 7 style response. The weak response is, I usually study at night. Night. Evening? Sorry, and I study every day. No, not every day. Sometimes. The speaker has a clear general idea, but the answer contains too many interruptions. There are repeated apologies, unfinished sentences, and very little development. Now listen to the improved version. I usually study at night, actually in the evening, because I normally start around 7. I don't do it every day, but I try to study several times a week. This answer contains one short correction. The meaning is clear and the speaker continues naturally. The speaker also adds useful details about time and frequency. The key lesson is that one controlled correction is better than several nervous corrections. Correct yourself once, finish the sentence, and then continue developing your idea. Let's examine some self-correction habits that may reduce fluency. The first mistake is restarting the entire sentence every time you make a small error. This can make your speaking sound broken and uncertain. Another mistake is saying sorry repeatedly. One short apology is acceptable, but you usually do not need to apologize at all. You can simply say, or actually, and continue. Long pauses can also damage fluency. Do not spend several seconds searching for the perfect correction. Another problem is correcting tiny mistakes that do not affect meaning. Remember that communication is more important than perfection. You should also avoid using automatically in every sentence. It should be a repair phrase, not a filler. Finally, do not lose confidence after one mistake. Maintain eye contact, keep your voice steady, and continue answering the question. The best habit is simple. Correct once, continue quickly, and keep building your answer. Here is a simple 4-step formula for natural self-correction. Step 1 is notice. Recognize that you have made an important mistake. Step 2 is repair. Use one short phrase, such as, actually, or rather. Step 3 is continue. Do not stop after the correction. Finish the sentence naturally. Step 4 is develop. Add a reason, example, explanation, or result. For example, I go there yesterday. Actually, I went there yesterday because I needed to buy a new laptop. The speaker notices the tense mistake, repairs it, continues the sentence, and adds a reason. This formula helps you remain fluent even when your first wording is not perfect. Remember, smooth speakers are not mistake-free. They are simply good at recovering. Here is a simple 4-step formula for natural self-correction. Step 1 is notice. Recognize that you have made an important mistake. Step 2 is repair. Use one short phrase, such as, actually, or rather. Step 3 is continue. Do not stop after the correction. Finish the sentence naturally. Step 4 is develop. Add a reason, example, explanation, or result. For example, I go there yesterday. Actually, I went there yesterday because I needed to buy a new laptop. The speaker notices the tense mistake, repairs it, continues the sentence, and adds a reason. This formula helps you remain fluent even when your first wording is not perfect. Remember, smooth speakers are not mistake-free. They are simply good at recovering. Now it is time to practice. Listen to each correction and notice how short the repair is. Number 1. My hometown is a fairly quiet place. Number 2. I went there last weekend. Number 3. I study every day. Well, not exactly. More like 4 times a week. Number 4. It is very comfortable for students. And number 5. I dislike public transport. Or rather, I dislike how crowded it can be. In each example, the speaker changes only the necessary part. The entire answer does not need to be restarted. Pause the video and create 2 examples from your own life. Try correcting 1 grammar mistake and 1 idea. For example, you might correct a tense, a word form, a number, or a statement that is not completely accurate. Let's review the most useful self-correction phrases. You can say, actually, I should say, or rather, what I mean is, to be more precise. Or, let me put that differently. Remember the main rules. Correct only important mistakes. Keep the repair short. Do not apologize repeatedly. Continue your sentence after the correction. Then develop the answer with a reason or example. Band 7 and above speaking is not about producing perfect sentences every time. It is about speaking flexibly, communicating clearly, and staying in control when something goes wrong. Self-correction should support your fluency, not destroy it. Thank you for watching Fluent English Daily. Practice these phrases aloud, and the next time you make a mistake, correct it calmly and keep speaking.